the mystery of creation and the formation. It is a good idea to gain an insight into the duality of all things, of all existence, because existence functions on the interaction on two polarities, the negative and the positive. Take the growth of an apple, for instance, where the apple is connected to the tree is called the negative polarity because it gets its sustenance from the earth. The other end of the apple is called the positive polarity because it gets its sustenance from the sun and the environment around it in the air. This also applies to this planet that we call Earth. It has a positive and negative polarity. Creation is the positive polarity, and formation is the negative polarity. Now, our great religious teachers have the hypothesis of creation entirely wrong. They regard the earth and everything in it comes under the umbrella of creation. Wrong. There are only 7 days of creation, and on the 7th day the creative forces rested. Anything after that comes under the law of formation. Now it quite clearly states that near the end of creation, it was the Elohim who said, "Let us create man in our image and in our likeness." And male he created them. Male and female he created them. It wasn't God who said that. It wasn't Jehovah who said that. But it was the Elohim who made that commandment and that creative force of male and female. Elohim is plural, not singular, which means one of many. This has always puzzled the religionists who state, who was God talking to when he said, "Let us create man"? And the most logical answer to this is, he was talking to Jesus, which is a load of hogwash. The term he was included because they had the approval of God to create. Nothing can create without the approval of God. The now created male and females were then told to go and replenish the earth. And the word replenish naturally means to refill. They were further told to go to multiply and become many and subdue the earth. There was no mention of going down into a garden of Eden, and thus ends the days of creation. Now that male and female have been created, we go into the period of formation. And now, in this world of the formation, we are given the name of Jehovah, who is not mentioned anywhere during the days of creation. And there he formed Adam out of the dust. Remember, is that he was formed. Nowhere does it state that Adam was created, but formed out of the dust that already came during the period of the creation. And now we are told a laughable kindergarten symbolical story. Not understanding the terminology and symbology of the words being used, like creation and formation, our great religious leaders and teachers have made another serious blunder. Believing that Adam, he who was formed from the dust, is the created being of the Elohim. So Adam must be in the image and likeness of God. Hence we have some old bearded man sitting up there in heaven who looks just like us, when in reality male and female were created in the image and the likeness of the Elohim, and the Elohim, a pure spiritual intelligence. And so are the males and females created by them, but who have only entered into the animal body of man as the breath of life, the spirit that gives life. Remember, flesh can give birth only to flesh. It is the spirit that gives birth to spirit.